I'm Corin from Greenwood Bonsai Studio. I just want to do a short video for you today. I'm in the studio working on some dwarf spruce. They're nursery stock trees. They haven't been styled for bonsai. I've got a batch of about 20 of them. I've done a few and I thought it might be interesting for you to watch. Quite a quick process to do. You know, those of you that are working from home at the moment and you get half hour for your lunch break, you could spend like 10 minutes of your lunch break doing one of these trees to have a go with a bonsai. So this one here I've got, it's Dwarf Spruce, Piacea orientalis or spicata. Just nursery stock trees. They're probably about 3 to 4 year old. And just going to quickly take it out of the pot. It's not been in here long, so it's not got a massive root, but it's got enough. So just slide it out of the pot. Here we've got the tree, and it's caned. It's just fastened onto a cane. So just going to snip these bits of tape that are holding it to the cane, so we can get rid of that. And then it's just been grown in a nursery pot, look, in a fairly deep plant pot. And just a quick little process with a root hook. Styling bonsai from nursery stock like this is a very rewarding process. It's very accessible. It needn't cost a lot of money. So for beginners and enthusiasts alike, it's a really good way to get started in bonsai. So comb the roots out a little bit. Just get rid of some of that mess. Knock a bit of the soil off. There's a little root at the top here I want to trim off, just to try and find the base of the trunk. Here's a little nylon Japanese brush, just to tidy it up. It's had a little bit of bark and soil on the top of the pot, and it's worked itself into the branches a little bit, so let's just have a little bit of a delve around to get rid of that. So, and then got a tree like this towards you. This will make a nice front of the tree in here. If we give it a trim, take off a few of these little bits of growth we don't need, shorten back some of this longer growth up here to the apex. Take this clunky bit off the top, shorten it down to here. Try to taper in at the apex to get a more conical, triangular silhouette. And some of these long bits of growth, just going in with a fine pair of scissors, trimming some of those back so that they bud further back. At this first initial styling, we're not going too overboard on branch selection, but we're just trying to make it look a bit more generally sensible all round and a bit more tree-like. And then we can get it potted into a bonsai pot. So with the front towards me, this bit here wants trimming back a little bit. This section here, this little bit here is too long. There's a few on this side we can shorten back, and a few here to get to this sort of style. Yeah, a little bit in here maybe, it's a little bit too full. Take that tip out there. And here, and this bit's cutting across the front a little bit. This bit's growing up a little bit too much. This one's going down a little bit too much. So something like that. And then let's just get it into a pot. So we're going to use a slightly glazed bonsai pot, but in like a bronze tone. Normally you'd use an unglazed pot, but this is quite a nice tone for these trees. Got quite a few of these pots, I quite like them, so we're going to have something a little bit different. Put a bit of 2 or 2.5mm wire into the bottom of the pot to secure the tree, to stop it falling out, and then a little bit of mesh. I'm going to be using this thin mesh for this, and just pop that over the wire into the bottom of the pot. Like so. Okay. And we can use our regular bonsai compost for this. It's a mixture of peat, grit and Johnny's No. 2 mixture. And pop a little bit of that in the bottom of the pot. And then we take our tree. We might just have to take a little bit of root off the bottom just to get a flatter root system. And then we're going to plant the tree just to the right hand side of centre, leaning over to the left. A little wiry root there needs to come off. And get it positioned in the pot like this. Then we can add some more compost. Add the compost, look, just firm it in, press it down quite hard. There's quite a lot of gravel in with it, so it won't over compress. And then a bit more, just to top up. And then we need to wire the tree in. So this wire is just going to come across the back of the tree. This one's coming up to meet it at a right angle. Just hold the tree in position, just pull and twist that wire to secure it. Snip off that excess, push that down, yeah, and then we've got that done. And then to tidy it up, we can add a bit of gravel or fine grit to the surface, just to stop the soil splashing out and neatens it up. And then let's tidy up a little bit of the mess we've made. And where we've made a cut at the top of that tree, we'll put some lac balsam wound sealant on that, just to help seal and heal that. And this video, we've not really edited it, it's shot in real time, so I don't know how long it'll end up being, but if it's 6 minutes or 8 minutes long, that's because it took me 6 minutes or 8 minutes or so. So here we've got our finished tree, trimmed and potted and wired into the pot. And just for those of you that have forgotten what it looked like a few minutes ago, look, here's one I didn't do earlier, yeah. So it's a very simple process from just a nursery stock tree like this, with no bonsai training, just a formative early design and to start this tree on its bonsai life. If you're enjoying our videos, then please like and subscribe to our channel to encourage me and to keep me doing plenty more in the future. Thank you very much.